one of our last updates, we were talking about this drive gear, and it kept spinning the center shaft out of it because it just would not stay on the motor because the motor's got a ton of power. So we took this metal drive gear that's actually made for RC car, and we melted it into this drive gear, and it worked. It didn't spin the center out at all. In fact, it blew out the gear. Worked a little too well. So we reprinted a new one. This one is 100% infill in PLA, and it was printed at 235 degrees Celsius, unlike the other ones that were printed at the 210 degrees Celsius, and they were 60% infill. The difference is we went ahead and cut out a specific pattern for this metal gear, so we don't have to melt it in. We'll just heat it up a little bit and push it in, and that way it'll make it much easier to change if we do blow this gear out. Because trying to unmelt it out of this one was almost as big as pain in the ass as it was heating it up and pressing it in. So we're going to do that, replace that on the motor and get that back installed. But that's not all that happened when we were testing. The transmission blew out massively. All the gears blew out, stuff broke. I believe that when the transmission casing bursted like this, and it really just split on a print line, and I don't know why. Maybe I hit a bump too hard. Maybe it got hit by something that I ran over. I'm not sure. But when that blew out, it gave this gear and the drive gear, because this gear interfaces right over here, it gave it just enough room to start wobbling, and that's what caused this damage. Interesting enough, none of these gears on this drive spindle are messed up, just the drive gear itself. But I think it gave it enough room to wobble that's what created the problem. So we're going to fix this. I'm probably just going to temporarily glue this, tape it, JB weld it, something to get this just enough so I can test it again. And then we're going to look into reprinting this much, much stronger than what we did here. This is 60% infill. Maybe we'll print it 100% solid. Or maybe we'll thicken up the walls a lot more and do what we can to make this 2 or 3 times stronger than this so it doesn't happen again. And then maybe when we actually get it in, maybe we can put like a shield or a skid plate or something underneath it that'll help protect this so it doesn't happen again. This is the input drive shaft to the differential axles. And this used to be the gear that went on it. It's completely split in half. Again, that was a 60% infill gear, and I believe there was just so much torque and stuff going through it that it just shattered. So might be a few tweaks we need to do. Turn the power down a little bit, take the throttle from 100% down to maybe 75 so it doesn't just output all that power like that. Make a few things a little stronger, but we reprinted every gear for the entire truck to 100% infill and used all the new settings, and those new gears feel amazing. They actually feel much nicer than these did, and I thought these gears felt great when I printed them out to begin with. So we're going to get all that stuff replaced in the whole truck and then see what happens. I have yet to film one of the test drives which caused all this. Partly because I'm impatient and just went out and did it and then broke it before I realized, oh crap, I didn't film this. And part of it's because I wanted to make sure it did something before I took all the time to set up all the camera equipment. Either way, there's no footage of me blowing this out, which kind of sucks because it was kind of spectacular when it happened. Other than that, we'll get all this changed out. We'll get back to you with another update later on.